Good morning, everybody, and we're here at Lake Compounce today to show you around the 170-year-old theme park. Gonna take you around and show you all the rides, the fun that could be had here. Let's check out Lake Compounce. Guys, and here it comes, the park's main attraction, the reason to come to Lake Compounce, and that is Boulder Dash, an incredibly unique wooden roller coaster. And I swear to you, it's gonna come at some point. It's just very long. And this ride is fantastic. For me, this is easily a top 10 wooden roller coaster. There it comes. This is goes through the mountains, past giant rock boulders, in through the woods. You get this wonderful return run through the lake side area. And this ride is all sorts of awesome. This is the reason to come. Definitely come here, ride Boulder Dash. Guys, here is Phobia Fear Coaster, the park's newest roller coaster. I believe this was built last year. And if you've been on Tempesto or Superman out in Northern California, same exact ride, but I really like these rides. I think they're super fun and incredibly compact layout. 3 launches, and then you go up to the top, you do this creepy, slow, upside down roll over 100 feet in the air. And then the most intense part, you go down this like vertical drop into that non-inverted loop. And then you go down another super steep drop. And these rides, I think, are super fun. Unlike Tempesto, they don't have the world-class comfort collars, and they only have 2 cars. We rode earlier in the front row. Really super fun ride. I do enjoy Phobia. I also love the sign here for the Phobia Fear Coaster. That's an awesome coaster sign. Ghost Hunt is the park's interactive dark ride, and it's a Sally Ghost Blasters, Boo Blaster style ride. So if you've been on them, you get the idea. But this one is kept up really well. They've got trackless cars, which I'm not used to on any Sally ride. I believe Legotronics, something that Rider Entertainment sells rides for. They just upgraded all the guns, so everything's in great shape. And it's really cool. The displays, when you shoot the guns, the displays are like full LED screens, as opposed to most of the time you see them and they look like something like a wristwatch. These are like full screen, so it's a dark ride that's a shooting dark ride that's in great shape, and that's something you don't always see too much. The park's home to Zoomerang, which is a Vekoma boomerang, and they're not good rides. It's the kind of thing, I'm pretty well traveled. When we went on Phobia earlier today, that was my 514th roller coaster. And out of those 514, probably 10 to 15, probably at least 15 of them are boomerangs. And they're just not good. They'll bang your head around, they'll get you sick. No part of it is an enjoyable ride. The one good thing for parks like this is that it does not take up a lot of space, so I can definitely see why a lot of parks have them. But for me, thumbs down. Included with your admission to Lake Compounce is the Crocodile Cove Water Park. And you got some decent slides over there. I love this one, the lights out, where you go through a lighthouse and you go really fast. I also love that you go swimming in the lake itself. There's a mat racing slide, there's a wave pool. So if you're into water parks, they do have a little water park for you here. Makes sense for a park that's been in existence for 170 years, has a old-timey carousel, and that's nice and all, but I really like this. Look at that advertisement for Pig's Hot Dog / Phobia Coaster. Park's got bumper cars, a lot of bumper cars, not a whole lot of space, so you do get traffic jams like that. Same kind of one-way bumper cars we've seen in a lot of places. One of the best features about Lake Compounce is free sodas. You just walk up to any of these machines, you grab a cup, and you get whichever soda you want. I'm going Sierra Mist. That's a big plus for the park. Nice bonus value there. Here's the park's antique car ride, Zoomer's Gas and Go. Really sweet little cars, like the 50s area of the park. And I like it. We were just at Storyland a couple days ago, and at Storyland in their antique cars, they had a billboard for Lake Compounce, and at Lake Compounce antique cars, they have a billboard for Storyland. So I think that's kind of neat. So the car ride is actually really cool. It plays music as you drive, and you get your own horn. Bit of a bummer here, the Wildcat, the park's 1920s wooden roller coaster, well, it's closed. And part of the reason Wildcat's closed is to add these awesome new GCI trains. Hey Adam House, how you doing? I love GCI's Millennium Fire trains, my favorite wooden roller coaster trains. The other reason Wildcat's still down, and they added a ton of new wood. As you can tell, like all this structure on the first lift, that's all brand new wood, which is kind of interesting because you compare it to the wood over there, which is very, very old. And this is the kind of thing you have to do on a 1920s ride, but it looks very, very odd. It should make the ride, between the new wood, the retracking, it should make the ride much, much better when it reopens with the Millennium Flyers, just taking the park longer than I thought it would. Here's Thunder and Lightning. In my opinion, the park's best flat ride. I love these S&S giant swings. They give you a really, really cool visuals, awesome airtime kind of moments, good forces. So I love these. Today, I'm guessing they probably don't run both sides off. We're here on a Saturday in July, and they're only running one side. So I'm guessing it's all Thunder and no Lightning here at Thunder and Lightning. And the ride is fun, but there's also this. So they've got this guy right next to the entrance to the ride, which is this weird kind of semi-creepy animatronic. You can't see very well with the glare, but he'll sit there and he'll occasionally talk and give you like a weather update, all about Thunder and Lightning, sort of setting the theme for the ride. But he doesn't go up very often. I've been standing here in the sun for like 2 minutes and he hasn't done his thing. So it's time to move on, but now you know it's there. This ride here is Sawmill Plunge, the park's log flume attraction. And we're going to see some people come down the big drop here in just a moment. I like this ride because it uses, again, much like Boulder Dash, it uses the terrain of the mountain. And here comes the big splash. Oh, I love this show water effect. That's really neat. And then you peek out over there. We are a couple months away from haunt season. That is where they do the haunted graveyard, which I've never been to, but I've heard good things about. And I think they do the haunted graveyard, instead of doing like a lot of parks do 4 or 5 small haunts. The haunted graveyard is like one haunt for either like a half an hour or 45 minutes. And to me, that sounds really awesome. If you've been to the haunted graveyard, let me know in the comment section below. Is it good, bad? Because it's something I've always been interested in checking out. Revolution is the park's Zamperla Disco. And I love where this one's located right here on the Midway. So you swing almost over the Midway. Also in this section of the park, you've got a swing ride, a pretty swing ride. I don't know if it's just me, but this swing ride looks like super intense. It's a serious swings. The park's kids section is circus themed. Kind of interesting to see a park with a kids section that doesn't have any IPs in it at all. And look at that clown butt. So my favorite part about the kids area is this flying tubs of fun ride with this creepy clown. Like, it is just a nightmare-inducing, terribly balding clown. One of the biggest disappointments here is that the Sky Ride is closed. This is a knee-jerk reaction to what happened at the Great Escape a couple weeks ago, where that girl fell off the Sky Ride because she pretty much undid her restraint and slid out. But it's a bummer because this is really cool. I mean, it's very, very steep, and this, unlike at the Great Escape, if you were to fall off of this Sky Ride, you're good chance you'll be toast. But it's a bummer for all of us that do follow the park rules if something like this is closed. Also over on this corner of the park, you also have the Thunder Rapids Rafts Ride. I always find it interesting when smaller parks have a river rapids ride, and Lake Compounce does. Hey Molly, what time is it?
Beer 30.
Yes, we're here. We're drinking beer on the patios, hanging out by the lake. It's a really cool spot. We're drinking a Lake Compounce Beach Blonde Ale, their own specialty beer, and a Gigawatts Double IPA. This place is great, and one of the reasons it's great. So also the park has an awesome beer selection, tons of craft beers on draft. I think this is definitely a place that gets a thumbs up for me. What very well might be the most antique ride here at the park. Along the back of the park is the trolley, an antique trolley from the early 1900s that takes you from one side of the lake to the other. So do you know what makes this trolley even better? You could bring your beer on the trolley. It's a beer trolley. Yay. So cool. This is Downtime, which is the park's SNS drop tower. It runs in drop tower mode. It's got this wonderful clock theming next to it, and there's sort of like some a little limited theming in the queue, but I do like the giant wacky clock. My favorite part about this ride is up at the top there. Once you get to the very top, a clock sort of tick, 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 ticks, and when it stops, then you drop. And I think that's really, really neat. Also kind of interesting that they named a ride Downtime. As having downtime in many amusement parks is something you would try to avoid. And there it goes. Fun ride, great view of the lake, the water park, the mountains, nice view from the ride. Let's check out the Dino Expedition. Dinosaur Expedition is kind of like a cheap version of Dinosaurs Alive at the Cedar Fair parks. Not a lot of movement in some of these dinosaurs. If your kid loves dinosaurs, I could see it being kind of cool. But for me, it's not overly impressive. I think the T-Rex arm moves. And that's it. That's weird. All right, he does move a little bit. He'll blink his eyes sometimes. Of course, now that I'm trying to show that off, he won't do it. See, there he goes. I think my favorite part about Dino Expedition is this adorable photo op. You see, I'm in a dinosaur egg. That dinosaur's in a dinosaur egg. This is pretty cute. Lake Compounce is home to what might be the prettiest pirate ride I have ever seen. I mean, it's wonderful. They got this great waterfall out in front of it. That's a really pretty ride. Over here, you can see the park's Wipeout ride, spinny flat ride. I do like that they have pictures of the theme park in the background. So if you like those kind of spinny flat rides, there's one for you. Lake Compounce also has a train ride that takes you around the lake. Lake Compounce also has a rather standard Ferris wheel, which would probably give you a really good view of the park. I imagine the view of the park would have been a lot better before they built the Phobia fear coaster, and now it's kind of an okay view of the park. So this is something you don't normally see in theme parks. Warning, you could run into bears, snakes, bobcats, deer, raccoons, and skunks. Food time here at Lake Compounce, and we did Pink's Hot Dogs, the famous hot dog stand in LA. They're at a couple different theme parks. What did we get, Molly? The Mulholland dog? Mm-hmm. So cheese, bacon, onions. I had a bite, as you can see. Awesome. These are very high quality hot dogs, delicious. How much was this, by the way?
$8.
$8, that's terrible, but it's really tasty.
Yeah, $8.
That's it for our time here at Lake Compounce. For me, this is really kind of a one-ride park. You know, if you're a coaster fan, you come here for Boulder Dash, and it's amazing, and everything else is just sort of okay. Their shooting dark ride is nice. It's very well caught up. I like the beer trolley ride. Their antique car ride was neat. But for me, it's like it's a one park ride. It's all about the Boulder Dash. I mean, Phobia is fun. Those are fun rides. Also, I love this. They have 170 years of fun topiary. So that's cool. Molly, you've never been here before. What were your thoughts on Lake Compounce?
I really like Boulder Dash. I like how it went through the mountain.
It's such a unique ride.
It is a very unique ride.
Definitely ride towards the middle or front of the train.
Yeah, it was rough towards the back.
Yeah, it got rough towards the back.
It was a really good ride. I feel like this is a very family park, and Phobia doesn't really fit in.
It doesn't. Like, the lines for Phobia were not bad. We were there at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the lines for Phobia were not bad. Where if you wanted to ride Ghost Hunt, the Shooting Sally dark ride, that line was probably about an hour long. It was a very long line for Ghost Hunt.
Very, very long. I was also shocked at how their beer selection, very good beer.
Oh man, that was the biggest surprise. Was the great beer selection. They have their own craft beer. They've got the beer trolley ride you could take. So that was a big plus. Anyway, you got any questions or comments about Lake Compounce? Let me know in the comment section below. I will say, I think it is a park that is overpriced. It cost us about $40 to get into. We did not do the water park, so I think in comparison to other parks around the country, it's overpriced. I know that Connecticut, and especially this part of Connecticut, is a relatively wealthy area, so I'm guessing that probably goes hand in hand with the high price. But for me, I thought, you know, for what we got out of the park for dry side only, is probably worth about $25. If you're doing dry side and wet side, maybe $35. But in neither way is it $40 park. That's just my thoughts. I still liked it. I had fun. I'd come back. It's cool. Boulder Dash. I think Wildcat, when they improve it, when they open with Adams Trains, I think that's going to be good too. But, you know, it's got Boulder Dash. Boulder Dash is awesome. And that's it. That's Lake Compounce. Thank you guys for watching. And if you got any questions or comments about Lake Compounce, let us know in the comment section below. We'll see you next time here on In the Loop. Be sure to subscribe and listen to the podcast.